Hello everyone, this is Douglas E. Welch with another Technology IQ tip. I was poking around on the internet the other day looking through my RSS feeds when I came across this article about how 62% of library users don't know they can check out ebooks. Well, the simple case is the libraries and the companies that feed the libraries haven't made it that easy to check out ebooks, but it is possible. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how my local library works, my Los Angeles Public Library, and give you a few pointers and tips on how you can get some ebooks for your Kindle software on your PC or other devices like an iPhone or an iPad, or even read Kindle books in your web browser. Well, first and foremost, one of the biggest issues about my library website is I can't simply search my catalog and find both regular books and ebooks in one place. In fact, if you look on the left, you'll notice that eMedia is a separate link here on the left, and I go to the eMedia catalog and I can click on Overdrive eMedia. This is a service that provides lots of libraries with their ebook capabilities. It also provides audiobooks too, and you'll see some of those listed as we go through our example today. Once I'm in the eMedia library, I can come up to the top and I can actually then search. I'm going to search on one of my favorite authors, Seth Godin. We're going to look at some books of his that might be available. Oh, and look, indeed, there are some of his books available. You'll see a variety of information about each book. Now, the fact is, this book is available as a Kindle book, but with a little stipulation here that we'll talk about in a moment. An Adobe EPUB book, which means you could read that using Adobe Reader on your Mac or PC, and a PDF ebook, just a slightly different method of reading that book. Now, you may also notice that on some books it says join waiting list, while others it says add to cart. Join waiting list means, as we can see here at the top, that available copies is currently 0. There's 1 per patron on the waiting list, and there are 2 library copies. If I click join waiting list, it's going to do just that. It's going to put me on a waiting list where I will then be notified when that ebook becomes available for download. They're sort of treating ebooks the same way they treat physical books, which is the library buys a certain number of copies that can be checked out at any one time. If you're lucky enough for the book to be available, you can click on Add to Cart, and doing that, I'm already logged into my LAPL account here, basically says, okay, it's added to your account, I can continue browsing or I can proceed to checkout. Now, one of the issues involved here with this particular book, and you see this in red here, this Kindle book is only available by downloading a file to your Kindle. Now, I know a lot of us don't do that. We're used to just basically going to the Amazon site, clicking on the book, buying the book, and having it magically appear on our Kindle or in our Kindle program on our various devices. In this case, I actually have to plug my Kindle in as if I were charging it. It mounts to my computer like a hard drive, and I copy the file over. This has to do with the various levels of digital rights management software or copy protection software that's on the book. And so if you see a book like this, you'll have to note that you're going to have to copy that book manually yourself. It's just a little extra work on your part. I know with all the formats that they have available in the store, it can get a little confusing, but I've done a little searching through the eMedia catalog, and I've come across a book that is not only available for Kindle, as you can see here. Notice that the red line there that stipulated you must copy this via USB is not available, and I have an Add to Cart button here. I'm going to click that Add to Cart button to add Romeo and Juliet to my books, and I then can proceed to my checkout. And in this case, my library card number is supplied there, and I can say I want to check out, and again, the checkout length is typically 3 weeks, same as it is for a regular book, and I can actually check out. I'm going to remove, we'll keep them both here. We're going to confirm that checkout. Here's Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, Get for Kindle. I'm going to click the Get for Kindle book link there. Here it is. Now we're over in the Amazon store, much like you'd see any other book you might get from the Amazon store. On the right-hand side, it says Get Library Book, and I can choose where to deliver it. I can have it delivered to my actual Kindle Touch, or I can have it delivered to any of my computers, or my iPhone, or even the Kindle Cloud Reader. In this case, I'm going to put it over to my Kindle Touch here, but again, all these other choices are available for you. I can also choose transfer via computer, which is how the other book would be transferred. We're going to click on Get Library Book. Boom. And the Amazon reports that your digital library book will be delivered to the device you chose automatically via Wi-Fi. If I wanted to transfer it directly via the USB cable, I can also click Download Now, and I'd actually get a file on my computer that I could then copy across to the Kindle. So I'm going to go back now to that list and get the Seth Godin book. I'm going to say Get for Kindle. Get library book. Notice the only choice I'm given here is transfer to computer. So we're going to get that library book, and it's going to ask me where I'd like to transfer it via USB. We can only do this with an actual Kindle itself. So it selects that choice automatically. I say continue. And I believe it's doing that because it's actually locking that file to the Kindle device that we've chosen in that pop-up. You wouldn't be able to copy this file somewhere else. We wait a few seconds, and down here at the bottom you'll see that that file is now downloading, and it's complete, ready to be copied over to my Kindle. Well, I hope this has helped alleviate some of the confusion about ebooks from your library. It's not necessarily as cumbersome as it might first look. It does take a little stepping through of things to figure out first which books are available, how they're available, but I do make a point now, if I'm requesting a book from the library that I might normally request as a regular book, I actually come to the eMedia library first and see if it's available for one of my reading devices. It's simply easier for me, it doesn't clutter up the house, it doesn't have to be picked up or returned to the physical library, and I'm enjoying more and more books on my reading devices, including my Kindle Touch. I hope you found this useful. Please check out more tips like this on Technology IQ at techiq.welchwright.com. You'll find all sorts of technology information there. One of the things we try to pride ourselves on is making technology clear to everyone, not just the techies. You'll see that in our subtitle above. Control your technology, don't let it control you.